Boruto Naruto Next Generations, episode 14, The Path That Boruto Can See. This episode is the finale of the Ghost Incident arc, and it was definitely entertaining. This episode was lit. Like, the animation was super clean, and there was just a plethora of action to watch, and I was satisfied when I was watching it. But I will say that I felt kind of let down how they ended the whole arc and how they ended the whole situation, because it seemed kind of cheesy how they ended it, but everything leading up to the ending was super dope. Like, I just think they could have made the ending less mainstream and predictable, but other than that, it was amazing. Like, it kept me on my feet in terms of trying to predict and trying to analyze some of the stuff that was going on. But some of my favorite parts in the episode were moments where Mitsuki was fighting Sumire and kind of using his snakes in combat, and just all the shit that Mitsuki was doing. I loved it. Like, the more time I spend watching Mitsuki in this kind of prelogue to the Boruto the movie, the more I like him and the more it kind of builds his character for me, because when Mitsuki was introduced in the movie, we didn't really know him like that. But also the scenes where Boruto was kind of using his shadow clones to maneuver around and attack the Nue were dope. But here's my analysis of some of the stuff that happened in the episode. So first, we got confirmation from Kakashi in the beginning that Nue is not from this world, and it's actually summoned in a unique way. So we got confirmation that this is actually true. It exists in another dimension. It's not a regular summon. It's different. So Boruto transcended dimensions with his Dojutsu ability and entered the world or the dimension that the Nue resides in. So after Boruto was gone, Shikadai noticed an aurora in the sky, which from my analysis is most likely a distortion in the dimension kind of field. And I think that this happens when another dimension opens up, and most likely is there for a short time as a space that still connects the two dimensions together, and it allowed Boruto to still hear his classmates shouting out to him when they were trying to return to the dimension. So this little distortion existing means that we will definitely, well, not definitely, but probably see more dimension traveling by Boruto. Continuing on, when Boruto arrives in this little dimension where the Nue exists, it's like a cave type area that's filled with this weird trees and branches and water, and Boruto's just running around. It's like a dark cave type place, and Boruto's running around looking for Sumire, and he stumbles upon what seems to be like a tree stump with ropes around it, and this is actually what houses the Nue. So upon some research, it should be noted that these ropes around the tree, they actually have meaning. So these ropes are called shiminawa, and they're also called enclosing ropes, and they are used for ritual purification in the Shinto religion. So places which are bound by shiminawa are said to indicate a sacred or pure space, and they also act as a ward versus evil spirits. So it's symbolizing something that this is where the Nue was being housed at. This is where he broke out of. So also in this episode's case, shiminawa are used around yorishiro, which are objects that attract and are inhabited by spirits. So that little tree that the Nue was in, that was a yorishiro. So that is what the Nue was stored in. And people can also be yorishiros, like basically containers for spirits, and this is what causes people to be possessed, or people to be called possessed people. And it actually relates all back to the ghost incidents that happened in Naruto, because all the people who were getting possessed were basically yorishiros because they were being possessed by a spirit. This could possibly indicate that there is more to the Nue than we might think when you look back at the sacredness and the kind of background with the Shinto religion in terms of where the Nue was stored at. So this could possibly indicate that there is more to the Nue than we might think. And in my opinion, the Nue will most likely resurface further along in the story of Boruto. I don't know when it will be, but I can definitely see a connection with the Nue not being just for this arc. I can see it being later down in the future. So continuing, Boruto and Mitsuki battle the Nue, which has absorbed Sumire. With his dojutsu, Boruto was able to see the chakra network of the Nue and pinpoint Sumire's location inside. So this is further evidence that Boruto's dojutsu is indeed some type of byakugan mutation, considering that it retains an ability of the byakugan, which is to see the chakra network. So it definitely has some solid confirmation now that it has something to do with the byakugan, but it's not solely the byakugan. Something else is in there. So I like my theory, it might be a mutation. So yeah, that was interesting for me. When Sumire was released from the Nue, her fight with Mitsuki had some of my favorite moments. Again, as I stated earlier, like when Mitsuki used striking shadow snake, just the white snakes look dope to me. And I also want to throw in that Mitsuki snake lightning. It shit just looks dope. Like, I don't know what about Mitsuki's techniques, but they just look all dope when he uses them. So in the end of the episode, Sumire's Gozu Tennou is shattered, and the Nue helps them escape the different realm that they're in. And as I talked about before, Boruto is able to escape through the distortion in the dimension and land back in his world where Shikadai saw the aurora in the sky. So at the end, we see that the Nue still has his spirit connected to Boruto's world, and it's attached to Sumire's hand, and it's like a little eye in her hand that blinks. So that symbol that we saw for the Gozu Tennou and it had like the little circle in the middle, it definitely is an eye because the shit was blinking in Sumire's palm. So it definitely was an eye. So I'm definitely going to do more research in regards to the connection between Boruto's dojutsu and the Nue symbol or whatever. Although the Gozu Tennou is broken, Sumire still seems to have the contract with the Nue, considering that, as I said before, as I talked about that eye symbol on her hand. So that's kind of what I based the Nue resurfacing based on too. This also needs to be thrown in. So when Sumire goes away with Sai to talk to the village officials or whatever she's doing, Mitsuki states that he went against his parents' wishes when they're talking about everything that happened. And this kind of confirms that the person he was communicating with through the snake is indeed his parent, Orochimaru, because even though he was talking to Orochimaru kind of recklessly, I think that if you read the Mitsuki side story manga and he basically became independent from Orochimaru, it kind of might make sense why he talks to Orochimaru like that, but hey, who knows. But now that this arc is ended, the next part in the series I'm highly anticipating is the coverage of the side story manga, the 7th Hokage and the Scarlet Spring, which is very much based on Sarada, Hokage Naruto and adult Sasuke, and also Chocho and other people like Shin Uchiha and stuff like that. So it's definitely a great arc, and it gives Sarada a lot of screen time compared to what we see now, which is a lot of Boruto. And considering this arc happens near the time of student graduation, it might take a minute to get to that part, but it also might come up real soon. But I really don't know how fast they're gonna go through and make the students graduate, but near the graduation, the Scarlet Spring arc definitely is coming up. But with that all being said, that's kind of my analysis of the episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like. If you're not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button, turn on my notifications, make sure the bell has 2 dings above it, and if you have that done, you'll get notified when I upload my videos. So it's your boy AnimeAnalyst, aka the young jiggy ninja. I'm out of here, guys. Peace.